My friends, life is not always gentle. It will test you, push you, and sometimes try to break you. But within each of us lies a spirit that no hardship can destroy, a spirit that can rise again and again, no matter how many times it falls. Today I want to speak to that spirit, the unbreakable part of you that refuses to surrender. When the world feels heavy, when the path seems impossible, it is your courage, your hope, and your determination that will carry you forward. Let us discover together how to stand strong, even when life is hardest, and how to transform struggle into strength and adversity into triumph. Life has a way of testing us, of placing challenges in our path that seem insurmountable. Yet it is precisely in these moments of struggle that our resilience is born. Every difficulty, every setback, every disappointment is not merely an obstacle, but an opportunity, a chance for us to discover the depths of our courage and the strength that lies within. When life feels heavy, when the burden seems too great to bear, it is not weakness that defines us, but the way we respond to hardship. True strength is forged not in comfort, but in adversity. Imagine a tree battered by storms, its branches twisted by fierce winds, yet its roots deep in the earth. It bends, it sways, it may even break, but it endures. Like that tree, we too can withstand the storms of life if we anchor ourselves in resilience. Each challenge we face teaches us patience, humility, and the power of perseverance. The pain we feel is not the end. It is a teacher. The obstacles we encounter are not walls. They are doors, if only we have the courage to push through them. Resilience is more than enduring. It is learning, growing, and rising stronger each time we fall. Life will knock us down, sometimes repeatedly, and at times it may seem easier to surrender, to give in to despair. But remember this, within you lies a strength that is unyielding, a spirit that can rise above any hardship. Even in the darkest hours, when hope seems distant, resilience whispers to us that this too shall pass. Every struggle carries a lesson, every setback a seed of opportunity, and every failure a chance to rise again. Courage is the companion of resilience. It is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to face it head on. When life challenges you, stand firm. When circumstances overwhelm you, take one step at a time. Do not measure strength by the absence of struggle, but by the determination to continue despite it. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a triumph of the human spirit. And let us not forget that resilience is nurtured through connection, through compassion, and through hope. We draw strength from those who walk beside us, from the stories of those who have endured before us, and from the belief that we are capable of more than we realize. When we embrace challenges as opportunities to grow, when we meet adversity with courage and hope, we awaken the unbreakable spirit within us. Life may test us, it may challenge us, and it may even try to break us, but it cannot destroy the strength of a soul determined to rise, to endure, and to thrive. Our resilience is our legacy, and it is born in adversity, nurtured in courage, and realized in the unwavering belief that no matter how hard life becomes, we have the power to rise stronger, braver, and more determined than ever before. Hope is the light that shines even in the darkest moments. It is the quiet voice that tells us to keep moving forward when everything around us seems to be falling apart. Life will not always be easy. It will test you, challenge you, and sometimes push you to the edge of your endurance. Yet in those moments, hope becomes more than a feeling. It becomes a force, a fuel that sustains the human spirit and propels us toward a better tomorrow. Without hope, We stumble through life like travelers lost in a storm with no compass. With hope, however, even the most difficult journey becomes possible because it gives us reason to rise each day and face what comes. Hope is not blind optimism. It is not the denial of reality or the ignoring of pain. It is the courage to see life as it is, to acknowledge the struggles and the hardships, and yet believe that there is light beyond the darkness. It is the belief that no matter how heavy the burden, no matter how deep the sorrow, we have within us the capacity to endure, to grow, and to overcome. When we hold on to hope, we are refusing to surrender to despair. We are telling ourselves and the world that our spirit is unbreakable, that our will to move forward is stronger than any obstacle before us. Hope gives direction when the path seems uncertain. When life feels chaotic and confusing, hope acts as a guiding star. It reminds us that no matter how many times we fall, we can rise again. It allows us to envision a future that is brighter, not because the present is easy, but because our spirit refuses to accept defeat. It fuels perseverance, helping us to take one more step, make one more attempt, or face one more challenge, even when the outcome is uncertain. In this way, hope transforms our suffering into strength, our struggles into lessons, and our fears into determination. Hope also connects us to others. When we share hope, we inspire those around us. We become beacons for those who are lost, voices of encouragement for those who feel defeated. It reminds us that no one has to walk through hardship alone. Together, with hope as our companion, we can face difficulties with courage, endure pain with resilience, and embrace challenges with confidence. It is hope that allows the human spirit to endure, to believe in the possibility of change, and to pursue a life of purpose and meaning, even when the world seems unkind. In the end, hope is the fuel that keeps the heart beating, the mind thinking, and the spirit striving. It is the unyielding flame within us that cannot be extinguished by failure, sorrow, or hardship. When life is hardest, hope is the force that carries us forward, reminding us that beyond every struggle lies the possibility of triumph, that within every trial there is a lesson, and that no matter how dark the night, the dawn is always waiting. To hold on to hope is to hold on to life itself, and in that hope we find the strength to endure, the courage to persevere, and the power to rise. Life is full of moments that test us, not just through hardship or struggle, but through the actions of others, through betrayal, hurt, and disappointment. In these moments, it is natural to feel anger, resentment, or even a desire for revenge. Yet clinging to these feelings does not bring strength. It chains the spirit and weighs down the heart. True power lies not in retaliation or bitterness, but in the courage to forgive, to release the burden of anger, and to cultivate compassion, even toward those who have caused us pain. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It is the greatest expression of inner strength, a declaration that no one has the power to steal your peace. When we forgive, we are not condoning what was done to us, nor are we forgetting the wrongs committed. Rather, we are freeing ourselves from the invisible chains that resentment places upon our hearts and minds. Anger may feel like a shield, but it is also a weight that slows our progress, clouds our judgment, and limits our capacity for joy. Forgiveness clears the path for healing, allowing us to move forward unencumbered, with a mind focused on growth and a heart open to possibility. It is in forgiving that we reclaim control over our own lives, refusing to let past grievances dictate our present or future. Compassion goes hand in hand with forgiveness. To forgive is not merely to release anger. It is to see the humanity in others, to recognize that hurt people often act out of pain, fear, or ignorance. Compassion allows us to rise above bitterness and judgment, to respond with understanding rather than resentment. It is a choice to meet cruelty or unfairness with empathy, knowing that every person is flawed and every action is shaped by circumstance. When we cultivate compassion, we strengthen our own spirit, creating a foundation of resilience and grace that cannot be shaken by the actions of others. The practice of forgiveness and compassion is transformative. It does not erase hardship, but it changes how we relate to it. It teaches us patience, humility, and courage. It shows us that strength is not measured by our ability to inflict harm, but by our capacity to love, to let go, and to rise above. Those who hold on to anger may feel powerful for a moment, but only those who forgive find true freedom. Only those who embrace compassion can maintain an unbreakable spirit, even when life is difficult. In the end, forgiveness and compassion are acts of liberation. They release us from the grip of past pain and open our hearts to the possibilities of the future. They remind us that the human spirit is strongest when it is unburdened by resentment and nourished by understanding. By choosing to forgive and to act with compassion, we not only strengthen ourselves, but we also inspire others to rise above their own suffering, creating a ripple of courage, empathy, and enduring strength in the world around us. Success is not defined by the absence of failure, nor by a life free from challenges. True success is born from persistence, the unwavering determination to continue, even when the path is difficult, when obstacles seem insurmountable, and when the world tells us to give up. Every person who has achieved greatness, every individual who has left a mark on this world, has done so not because life was easy for them, but because they refused to surrender in the face of adversity. Persistence is the bridge between dreams and reality, the force that transforms effort into accomplishment and struggle into triumph.